I'm Davie.
I'm Misti.
What?
Unscripted.
Unedited.
Unapologetic.
Let's get it. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? I am Davie.
I'm Misti.
And welcome to another episode of DM Watts, where we are DM Watts Podcast. And we're going to start off by, as usual, saying, hey, click the like and subscribe button if you're watching us on YouTube.
Comment, like, subscribe. Share with your friends.
No matter where you're watching us, go ahead and do all those things. Comment.
If you have any friends.
Yep. And we'd like to say, yeah, if you haven't. So I got that one.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
So I usually like to say Doge to the moon, but man, if you've been watching, we're going to keep on saying it. AMC, woo!
Take me out to the movies.
We are part of the apes. We are part of the apes, man. We get down. We get down with that.
Yeah.
We're part of the apes. So you guys watching, if you've seen all the nonsense going on over the past week or two, look, if you don't got any, well, I'm sorry, I got to start with this, right? We're not financial advisors. This is edutainment only.
Only.
Oh, edutainment only. We're not financial advisors.
We're not brokers.
Nothing like that.
Nope.
So the stuff we saying we doing, so get you some AMC. If you're trying
That's
to
what
get
we're
on
doing,
this,
but don't blame us if it goes south for you.
Yeah, that's right. So we're trying to get on this
Not
train.
our fault.
Trying to get on this train, talking about woot woot. So that's
Woot woot. That's
Yeah.
what a train does.
woot woot.
Woot woot.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, if a train could
Chugga
speak,
chugga.
yeah, that's what I said. Woot woot.
Oh.
What's the end of chugga chugga? It's chugga 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 chugga. Woot woot. Is it not?
No,
Okay.
I always thought it was toot. I thought it was a toot.
Nah.
I did. I thought it was
woot.
a toot.
Well, some of us say woot. The smaller planes say toot. I mean, the smaller trains say toot. The big ones say woot.
All right, whatever.
That's what it is.
Tomato, tomato,
Yeah,
woot,
what it is.
toot.
Woot, toot, whatever. But hey, our point is, get on. We're not financial advisors. Get on the AMC train and the Doge train. Anyway, as usual, you guys can catch us on all these little. If you watch us on YouTube, hit us up on all the streaming services, Spotify, Facebook, all the good old
DM Watts Podcast
at Gmail.
at gmail.com.
Of course. Y'all know where to hit us up at. Where we do straight Fishbowl topics off the dome. Well, not off the dome, straight out of Fishbowl. You know, we take them out of Fishbowl and then we speak off the dome. We're not experts in the topics that we get out there.
Is that like a toot or is it a woot?
Okay. I see how this episode is going to go, and that's fine. But that's fine.
At least you know me.
And that's fine. But as we said, unscripted, unedited, unapologetic. These are straight out the dome. We don't script these things.
No,
and we don't apologize for the things we got to say, and these aren't edited.
So there's a couple things I do want to say.
Okay.
There is a DM Watts special episode.
Absolutely.
That will be, by the time you guys are hearing this, it'll be on YouTube as well. It's PTSD Awareness Month.
Right. So,
and we did do an episode on PTSD.
Right. So as of right now, you guys, this is uploaded today. So you probably have, for those who have been listening to us, following us, you probably already have it on the streaming services. But as of right now, it should be up on YouTube too.
Yep.
Now that I think about it. So you guys go ahead and check out the PTSD. If you have somebody going through PTSD, if you're going through it or know somebody going through it, think they could benefit from hearing this from our standpoint, go ahead. But we never talk about nothing that we don't either have firsthand account of.
Exactly.
Or, had some experience doing.
This episode was a firsthand account of
Right.
what we are going through. There is going to be another episode from my point of view.
Correct. There's
from
going to be
the
another
spouse's
special
point of view.
PTSD part 2 from the spouse's point of view.
Part
because
two.
there's a thing that you got to understand. The PTSD, although you may be going through it, if you have a significant other or somebody helping you through it, there is a such thing as secondary PTSD
Yep.
that they can go through because it's life-changing for everybody, all parties involved.
Absolutely.
Not just the member, but for the individual being there for the member
Yep.
too. So it is life-changing. So
But
yeah, that's
I wanted to throw that out there
Truth,
so
truth.
people know that.
Right.
And also for those of you that are listening on any of our streaming services.
truth. Woot woot.
Yeah. If you're not watching us on YouTube, I have to say my top bun is fire right now. Like I have had the best top knot bun day ever.
Yeah, so she's
I'm
happy
just
that her hair is long enough to put it
witness
in the top
the
bun.
glory.
So if you're on
of
YouTube,
crown.
she
I'm having a good hair day. And I'm like, you know what? Everything else can go to hell. Don't care. My hair.
Hey, she got it going.
Fire.
She got it going, and she got it.
Amazing.
My woman got it going on. So
I just have to say that.
Yeah. So all right. So it's about that time. for the fishbowl topic.
And your hair is fire too.
Yeah,
honey.
yeah, mine's
I
it's
love
doing
your
its thing.
hair.
Yeah, black.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, it's
It suits you.
exceptionally black.
Yes.
So yeah, and
It's awesome.
and it's just there. You know, it's exceptionally there. It's all around.
It's
You know
beautiful.
what I mean? It's missing in a few spots,
nice
but it's
and
okay.
tight. Yeah.
It's all right. My woman loves me regardless. So
I do.
boom. So anyway, my turn for the fishbowl.
It
You
is.
understand? So I'm gonna go ahead and reach inside
Thank
this.
you, Jesus.
this-
And you know what? My hair's so fire. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and reach inside this fishbowl
Pick it up.
topic
Let's do
and
this.
see what we gonna.
Let's
pull
see what
on
we got
out
here.
here.
Are you
And-
good? I mean, because I fold it so many different ways
did.
that
You
I
did.
I
Yeah.
know that that's
Yeah. So
that's
I'm
you
gonna
know,
go ahead
I,
and
I can see that you're having
give me a
a
second.
massive issue.
Yeah. So it's all right. So here we go. Unfold it.
So, well, but your hands also, are at a disadvantage because you and our son Devin were tying a banner up today.
We were. If
And
you
then
pass by
we
our
were
house-
hammering grommets into, and my arm is through because of hammering.
Well, we did our
So
thing.
bad.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say this one because it just happened. You guys
Okay.
ready?
Oh,
I'll let you
okay.
read that.
The fishbowl topic is if he would pull back so I can see it.
Oh, okay. It's like my bad, right in front of her face.
Age.
Yep.
No,
Boom.
it's keeping marriage fresh.
Keeping it fresh, folks. Keeping it. Can you? Okay.
There,
Is it?
It's adjusting.
It's
okay.
is it-
Anyways,
okay,
the
anyway,
fishbowl
keeping the marriage
topic
fresh.
of today is keeping
the marriage fresh. It says keeping marriage fresh, staying attracted, what you pay attention to. So those are the things that we're going to be talking about.
Yes.
And it's going to be something that we love. this is something we love, keeping the marriage fresh.
Smooth.
Yeah.
That was smooth,
Yeah,
honey.
it's something we love.
That was really.
It's
that
what
was
it's what
smooth.
we do. So look, check it out. Keeping the marriage fresh. So we have been married about a little over 2 years now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so most people will be like, I'll still consider newlyweds. What do you know about keeping the marriage fresh? What you don't know is we both were married before
Yep.
for 17 years.
Yep.
Both were married for 17 years. So we may have a little bit of knowledge.
Well, we've had relationships.
We've had
for that long.
relationships. We've had relationships since then also. So let's talk about it. Keeping the marriage fresh. So let's face it. I'm not going to sit here and say people fall out of love. But they do.
They do.
But let's hope it doesn't happen in the marriage. But
well,
people,
yeah, you have to work at it though.
But marriage is a consistent thing that you have to work at. We're not going to sit here and say, hey, ours is the marriage you need to look at as the example. You know, so we're not going to sit here and say that.
we're not marriage counselors.
We're not marriage
We're
counselors.
not the perfect couple.
Right.
We are perfect for each other.
Of course. Woot woot. So, I just got to say that, that we're not marriage counselors. Okay, I'm going to pause. You heard the woot woot, right? That's going to be all day. So anyway, I just want to make sure that it's the woot woot. It's not toot toot. Anyway, so we talk about marriage, right?
Great topic to pick when we're woot wooting and toot tooting. We're in a train fight and you pick marriage. That's how you keep the marriage fresh.
Hey, that's all I'm saying.
You have a stupid fight.
If you're listening and you know what a train sound like, if you agree with me and it's woot woot.
No, can we get back to keeping
all
it fresh?
All right. Okay, fine. We will get back to keeping it fresh.
I'm gonna put you in some Tupperware.
Yeah, I understand. I'm sorry. Woot woot. So, all right, let's go ahead and get back into the topic of conversation.
You're so weird.
Hey, I'm trying to get to this.
Okay.
Keeping it fresh. Keeping the marriage fresh. That's one way you can keep it fresh. We joke around a lot.
A lot.
Making
Oh my
each
goodness.
other laugh.
We are constantly giving each other a hard time.
Oh man. So like I've seen this TikTok, the TikTok Facebookers or whatever, of like husbands and wives that
Yep.
play jokes on each
Yep,
other.
yep.
There's one going around with like they play some pranks on each other, and I'm like, wow, they're just hilarious. But that's one way to keep it fresh. There's that one guy who sings a song about everything his
Oh
wife
my
is
God.
doing. Man, so he has a
The
guitar.
dude, ukulele.
Is
Isn't
it a
it
ukulele?
ukulele?
I don't know. I may have screwed it up. It probably is a ukulele. And,
Toot toot.
yeah. Okay. But he plays jokes on his wife. He sings songs all the time about what she's doing, whether it's waiting on her to get ready, whether she said something or whatever. But I mean, he says some that I'd be like, hey man, that's probably your last video before she beats the hell out of you with that. But whatever. But
He'll probably sing a song while she's beating him.
yeah, that's true too. But but that's one of the ways to keep it fresh. Keep each other smiling.
Well, yeah, we do.
love to joke around with each other. We love to sit here and just joke around with each other. Whether she's cracking. Oh my goodness, if you guys have listened to our pickup lines episode, me and mine, we like to throw pickup lines at each other quite often. You know what I mean?
He texted me one today. It was quite shocking.
Yeah.
I'm not going to repeat it.
We're not going to repeat it. But
you want to keep a marriage fresh?
Hey,
text your spouse.
Consistently date your spouse.
He does.
Consistently date your spouse.
You're constantly chasing me.
I'm constantly. Don't look at things as both ways, right? Don't look at things as, oh, I got her. She the wife now, and I already she ain't going nowhere. Or even the wife the same way. I got him. He ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
you have to keep him.
Come up with things to keep. And
it's not. I mean, yes, it's an everyday effort.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be, full throttle every day.
Right. Why not make it fun?
We're not gonna have a good day every day.
Right. Why not make it fun though?
But but it's also before you can do that, it's making that promise. It's literally making that pledge to each other that hey. But we had a discussion first. We had a discussion before we got married.
We did.
Hey, what do you want out of this relationship?
We did.
This is what I need. Hey, this is what I want. I've always wanted to do this. I've always wanted this kind of honesty and openness. And we are. I mean, this man was so honest with me within the first 3 dates. I was like, well.
And that can be scary, right? When you're dating, but...
There was nothing else.
I realize you're an open book, but maybe close the book a little bit. Just, just close the book. I don't know, maybe halfway open it. Not,
it was on the second date. I literally said to you, do you ever shut the hell up?
Yeah. See,
and the look on his face, and I didn't say hell. I said something harsher.
Yeah, she did. Right.
Do you ever shut the bleep up?
That's right. We still want to get monetized. So
and he just looked at me, and I remember that voice in my head going, well, there goes that.
Yeah. And you know what? It made me laugh.
He might have been a good one. You'll never know now.
It made me laugh because we were both getting back into the dating scene though.
Yeah.
So it'd been almost 20 years since any one of us has been on dates. You know what I mean? And it's like I'm coming into the dating scene to date her, and I'm like, so I remember what it was like at 18. So I'm sure nothing's changed.
And it was just me sitting there going, wow, this guy just literally open book.
Yeah.
Second date. I'm going to marry you, right?
Yeah.
Second date.
Yeah.
Do you have your passport? No. Why? To get married, I need a passport? And he's like, no, we're going to the Bahamas.
Yeah.
What?
Yep. But we talk about, keeping it fresh.
But that
right?
is,
and that's
that's
there's nothing wrong. Right.
Still.
It's just constantly about making each other smile. It's constantly look. Mine, no, it takes a lot to put up with me. And she will tell you that. Every day I have a new fantasy of what's happening. I'm like, all right, look. So when we win the lottery, you need to understand that this is happening. You know what I'm saying? And I put it as if like, this is happening like that night. We just got lottery tickets. I will go and get lottery tickets. She'll be in the car with me, and I get in the car and put the lottery tickets. Okay, so here's going to happen when we win. You know what I'm saying? This is how much is going to go to this.
Go back and listen to the Who Takes the Longest to Get Ready episode, and you will hear all of the things I'm prepared for while Davey's in the shower.
So,
all the tests I have to go through to get ready.
It's about keeping it fresh.
It's things like that keep it fresh, but I also, both of us we approached this different, this relationship different. We had an open attitude.
Of course.
A different attitude. Hey, I don't know everything. And not everything you say is there to hurt me. We're different, and we have to accept each other. And but we also have boundaries, and we've set those boundaries as far as triggers.
Yeah.
We both have trigger points. Everybody has baggage.
Right.
We call them trigger points, and it's like, hey, I don't like this in a fight, or please don't do this. Before we even had a fight, like we were laying out the ground rules.
Like,
and again, we're not perfect, so we might forget them from time to time, and but it's the willingness to work through it. And the one thing I love about us, you, is the fact that from the very beginning you said, hey, you might not like me today, but we're gonna wake up tomorrow, and we're gonna try again. And there was always this, we will always try.
Truth. And I think, we talk about keeping it fresh. Those are things you can establish, but sometimes those things get forgotten. You know, sometimes those things get forgotten. Sometimes, you know, something as simple as your vows can get forgotten. The promise to love, cherish, no matter what, right? So, you know, work at it. You know, when it comes to keeping it fresh, one of the things that we try to stand by a lot, and this is how we do it. You know, it's not to to bed angry. You know, it's try not to go to bed angry.
I can't.
Yeah, and so I'm not saying we're perfect. You know,
No,
I'm not
we've
saying
had arguments.
We've had arguments, and you know, it takes a lot of pride swallowing. You know what I mean? Typically from, you know, especially if you have an attitude. Don't go to bed. Try this one. Don't go to bed angry. Try this one. What we do, this is what we do, is if we have an argument, you know, literally, you know, we go to bed, I'm still mad. And she knows it. And sometimes she's the one to be like, remember what we said. And this is no BS. She was like, remember what we said. We wouldn't go to bed angry. And I'll be sitting there with if you guys seen those memes with the old dude with the lady sitting on the bench and it's raining outside and he's mad at her, but he's holding the umbrella over her to make sure she's dry and he's still getting wet. Because even though he's mad at her, he still cares.
It's true.
But it's true. Because she's like, you said we would never go to bed angry. So one of the things that we do is we'll fall to our knees and pray.
We
do. At night. And you know, it's...
And trust me, there's been times I don't want... No.
Don't
hold
touch
my
me.
hand.
Don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
Yeah, don't touch me. So, but, you know, we'll say our prayer. We're laughing because we're remembering it.
Well, yeah.
So, but...
and people that know me were like, oh, man, you're trying to get her to pray.
Yeah.
So, I don't know about that.
Hey, we'll fall to our knees and we'll pray about
will.
it. You know, hey, let's pray about it. And regardless, no matter what, we'll kiss each other goodnight. We're not sitting here saying, hey, if your marriage ain't like ours, if your relationship ain't like ours, you are wrong. We're only telling you what works for ours.
Our opinion on us.
Yeah, we're telling you about ways to keep it fresh. You know, when it comes down to it, you know, I love to see my wife laugh. You know, I love making her laugh. You know, and one of the things that I pride myself in doing, sometimes by accident, most of the time by accident actually, is making her laugh. Because some things, you know, I'm like, baby, so this thing ain't working. And so a lot of times, you know, if I'm working on something like, look, I done this thing 5 different ways and it ain't work. We need to take this back to the store. And she'll come in and grab it and turn it the opposite way. One way I ain't tried. And she'll be like, baby, this is how it's supposed to go. And I'll just look at her and be like, so you're just gonna come in here and like, you know, I know you saw me struggling in here this entire time, but it makes her laugh. You know, sometimes it makes her laugh. But one of the other things that we both can say that we do,
what?
Video games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hop on GTA.
Yeah.
I don't like you right now. Let's fight it out in GTA. I guarantee you in 20 minutes, if you're playing a video game with your spouse, and you've been arguing, if you're in separate rooms, I can't necessarily say if you're in the same room, but
yeah,
if you were on any kind of game that was, because Army of Two didn't work out for us.
It did not work out for us.
You were not happy with me with Army of Two, and I love Army of Two. I'm good at Army of Two, but
just not that day.
That day, we weren't vibing in Army of Two.
I don't think we played it since. We bought it specifically because we both liked the game.
We both loved the game.
And I said, I will not play this game with you again.
He was so mad at me. And I'm over there just laughing, and I'm like, come on, this is fun.
She kept
He's
dying.
like, no.
I said, Army of Two, for those that don't know, is a co-op game for Xbox. And if one person dies, if you don't get to them in time, guess what? You start the whole round over again. Man, let me tell you.
It has been a while since I played.
It's been a while since we both played.
I kept dying, and it's no big deal. But to Davie that day, it was a very serious operation.
Yeah, but, you know, there's a lot of history behind that game with me, too. So, but also, though, we do Grand Theft Auto. You know, like, look, no, seriously, we're going to give you guys the ultimate
date night.
You understand what I'm saying? Get y'all some popcorn for each other.
Whatever snacks
you like. Go in separate rooms, give each other a kiss, and say, "I see you in a minute."
Yeah.
Go in separate rooms. That's if you got an Xbox in each room.
Yeah.
And you both got to have Grand Theft Auto. Get Grand Theft Auto. Go in different rooms. Get your headset on. Meet each other and say, "Meet me at the casino." We will literally get on Grand Theft Auto and go to the casino in Grand Theft Auto, and we'll meet at the blackjack table. Yeah. And I will court her at the blackjack table.
He will.
She has her avatar. She'll have her avatar, and I'll have mine. And we'll meet up at the blackjack table.
And he chats me up.
And I chat her up while I'm sitting at the blackjack table.
It's fun. It's a different kind of date night. It's a virtual date night. It's just fun.
It may sound lame to some people, but I'm telling you, it's pretty fun. especially when you're sitting there, because it's not like you losing buttloads and buttloads and buttloads of money at the blackjack table. At least and lots of times I go because I got the Back to the Future car, so I pick her up in that. Like, hey,
we fly around.
we
LA.
fly around the base, flying around the place, but it's online, so of course there's plenty of people in there that's gonna kill you. But it's just the point, you know what I mean? And we'll consistently meet up. But one of the other things that we do, especially in the video game realm, is Rock Band.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
again, video games is a big part of us.
Right.
And if we've had a bad day or, whether it be together or because of other people, we keep it fresh. It's like, hey, babe, let's go down and sing Beatles Rock Band or a regular rock band, or let's go play golf, which I whoop your butt every time.
I really don't think that's...
Sorry,
you needed to say that.
I'm just
like, I'm going to say that you win sometimes.
Okay.
That happens to be more than I do. And I don't think whoop your butt needs to be said.
Fine.
But yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. It's fun.
Yeah. Play Wii golf.
Probably
whatever.
never gonna play Wii golf.
Play
again,
Wii golf. Yeah.
but...
Apparently, we have a great time. Play Wii golf. Woot woot. Anyway,
should have throw in the woot woot. But I'm trying to think of other things. I mean, other than we're big on compliments to each other.
We do. This woman gets complimented immensely on a daily. Did I say daily? I'm sorry. Hourly. Did I say hourly? My bad. At least every 30 minutes.
Probably.
There's something me talking about
we both have a timetable.
My fine specimen I got next to me. So, but a lot of people, right?
Blush.
But a lot of people will still say, it's because you're still newlyweds. No. Like, look, if you're happy, then go about the relationship as you're happy.
Yeah.
If you're not happy, then don't sit here and continue to pretend to be happy. Have that conversation about why you're not.
Be an adult.
Be an adult and like, hey, this is why. Look, like I just feel like we need to at least meet in between.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like at least meet in between. Because one of the other things that this paper says is what you pay attention to. Like, what do you pay attention to? Because here's the thing. Let's face it. I'm not gonna speak for every man, but I'm gonna speak for some. That way it's like we have a tendency to forget things. You know what I'm saying? We have a tendency to forget. And that's not the PTSD talking. So I'm just saying men have a tendency to forget. Yeah. But there are little things, very little things that you can pay attention to that will makes your wife's day. My wife told me she's not a fan of roses. She's not a fan of roses.
I love the smell.
She loves the smell, but she's just not a fan of roses. She loves tulips. So, me being me, I'm like, she was like, oh, I really love tulips. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. Hey, so come look over these vegetables over here or something like that. Like I'm not paying attention, but you store that in your memory bank. And here you are on, 1-800-Flowers or whatever. And it's like, okay, only tulips. And what's wrong with getting the person you love tulips, not for a special occasion? I buy mine flowers just because.
He does.
It's a favorite
it's
flower.
Not, you don't even get them for me if we've had an argument.
Right.
There's no apology. And
nope.
And I'm grateful. You good?
Yeah, I think I had a gnat land on me.
You had a gnat land on you?
Yeah, but he gone now.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure he gone.
But he doesn't do that because I think as women we get so accustomed to having that. Ooh, I just hit the table. Accustomed to having those I'm sorry flowers.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry gifts. But we don't get the gifts any other time. And with you shower me with things like that. Even if because we have an extensive calendar. Let's be real. We have a really big calendar with a lot of appointments and stuff. And if he knows it's going to be a bad week or a busy week or a week that I don't even want to deal with, he's had flowers delivered knowing that we were going to have a bad day. Yeah. And I love that.
But and there's nothing wrong with that. For me. But and it don't got to be flowers, but just something that 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 you're but hold on now. I think I trumped it up to like, hey, men do this for your ladies. Ladies, things for your men too.
Well, yeah, and that's what I was about
to
go
with
baby.
Go ahead.
I will give you a pedicure. Or I will rub your feet.
Right. She breaks out the chainsaw or the sandpaper.
I do.
And she does my feet.
I do. I worked in construction. I have my tools.
Crowbars. I got military feet, so it's one of those things.
Okay, so we don't need to. Okay, so anyways, but I do. Or if I notice he's rubbing his neck, I'm gonna get you in the woot woot in a second. Just little things like that. Meeting you at the door if you've been gone.
Wow, that's a lot.
Is it really?
That literally means a lot.
You light up when
Yeah.
when you open that door and I'm standing there.
Yep, she's standing there with a smile on her face, all made up. Literally, if I can leave and she's not made up, like if I got an earlier appointment around the corner, she's not made up. I'm like, all right, I'll see you when I get back. I will get back. She's all made up, put on one of the dresses that I like, and just smile and meet me at the door every single time.
Every time.
It's the small things, and it's.
It's just because I want him to know that, one, I missed him.
Yeah.
Two, I appreciate him. I think people have forgotten how to appreciate another person.
Right.
And it doesn't take a lot.
Truth.
At all.
Right.
It's very simple. Make a meal, make the favorite dessert,
Yeah.
pour them a drink.
Yeah.
Like, just as simple as on a Friday night, pouring them a drink.
Knowing it's been a day. Knowing it's been a day.
Yeah,
Just
or
like,
having
hey,
it
let's
wait
relax.
for them, when they get home from work.
Yep.
Or just doing, I don't know,
Look,
anything
well,
like that.
I
Make
can
the bed.
I
Like,
can
it
tell
does.
you what-
It's unique to you.
Yeah.
Only you know your relationship.
Right.
But I think for me, the biggest thing the only thing I do tell people is you have to treat your marriage like a covenant.
Man.
It is the promise.
Wow.
And I
Speak on it,
do
baby.
not talk about my marriage
Woot woot.
because it is nobody's.
keep going, baby. Keep going. You was on the
Made me
road.
cough.
Yeah, sorry.
Excuse
Woot,
me.
Woot, woot.
I
Go
hate
ahead.
coughing. I'm so sorry to people that listen to me and all of a sudden they're deaf from my cough. But that's the thing. It is my covenant, and I don't speak about it. I don't. We go through fun things here. We talk about some heavy things in a special, but to call up people and be like, what he said today? No. You know what we fought about last? No.
Mm-mm.
No.
The more people you let into your relationship, whether it's a relationship or a marriage,
Yep.
the more problems you're gonna have.
Absolutely.
The more problems you're gonna have.
I don't have room. This is
Yeah.
not a throuple.
Nope.
This is not.
Nope.
Nobody else is invited
Yeah.
into our marriage, and
Right.
if we've invited them in, then there's way more issues.
Right. Because the
yeah.
majority of your issues will come from what a person said. Well, I told you he wasn't nothing or she wasn't nothing anyway.
Yeah.
I told you that they were like this and so on and so forth.
And it just
And,
causes then problems with the outside world,
Right.
because then what if that person liked you or liked me?
Yeah.
And we've involved
Yeah.
them in some stupid drama that's going to pass with us in like a day.
Yeah, because if you can't talk to your significant other, why are they your significant other?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why are they a significant
Well-
other? Well, you got to meet somewhere,
Sure.
and you know what I mean? It's
And
like,
you
look,
really are my best friend. Like,
and she's mine too.
But, we're also, we made a pledge outside of our vows to be honest with each other and to have those hard conversations.
Yeah.
And he gets mad at me because I'll sit there and check in with him and be like, hey, we're okay, right? And he hates it when I say that. But it's not an insecurity. It's, hey, I'm checking in with you. I want to make, I'm like the forever manager.
Yeah.
I'm like, just want to make sure, do we
yeah.
need to have an evaluation?
Yeah,
Do
but
you need a raise?
because even after we're like I said, we're not perfect. We have arguments. Even after the argument, because I tell her, I remind her all the time, even after the argument, no matter if she's mad at me or I'm mad at her, she'll remind me and I'll remind her. I told you this was forever. And there's no way that I will go through a long process of talking about, I want a divorce because I don't like the way that this argument went. You know how stupid you sound?
It's not how that
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not how it's supposed to work, man. I want to break up because we had a disagreement. What?
Yeah, it doesn't work
That
way.
doesn't make any sense. But I think you make a ginormous point. Keep the people that don't wear the ring, or keep the people that you don't lay next to out of your business.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, look, it's not everybody's business. You're gonna have arguments. You're gonna have nasty ones.
Yeah.
You're gonna have nasty arguments, and some of you may be looking at a significant other right now, like, and they talking about when you started. See, that's not what it's about. It's not about who started what. It's not about I'm still mad at you for something you said 3 weeks ago, and it's not about oh, remember what you said. Like, no, listen, we got to be able to talk. You have to be able to talk.
You have to talk.
You have to be able to talk. If you
Because
don't,
if well, and I don't mean to interrupt you.
Go
but
ahead. No, I love
It is
it.
one
Go
of
ahead.
those things that it's going to come up like a month later. You have to not only talk about it, but it has to be talked about it has to be talked out with the other person, and the other person has to actually accept that it's being talked about.
Truth.
And then it has to be solved in some way. You guys have to come together and go, okay, but how can we fix this right now?
Yeah.
Or what can we do from this point forward so it doesn't happen again? You have to, it takes two parties. Your relationship is only as strong as the sickest person in it.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Think about that, and
I love
then
that. I love that.
go from how you can make it fresh, how you can keep it, how you can help it grow, how you can help the other person
Truth.
in it.
Because look, you know, the bottom line is this, folks, is that find you an anchor point. Find you something that no matter what you and your wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, significant other, longtime friend, whatever, find you an anchor point that you guys can always come back to, that no matter how far you're away, you can always come back to this anchor point. Our anchor point is God. So that's us. That's what suits us. You know what I mean? Is that, look, our anchor point is God. And that's what works for us. You know, there may be something else that works for you, where it's like, look, we can always come back to Grand Theft Auto. Okay, whatever. You know, whatever works for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
I know it's not Armia 2.
So. We got that
Toot,
right.
toot.
But all right.
It's obviously not train sounds either, but I want to go back to something really quickly.
Y'all heard that. But okay, fine. Go ahead, baby.
We also recognize when each other is having a bad day.
Absolutely.
That keeps our marriage fresh, because that shows the empathy. That shows the caring aspect.
Right.
If I'm having a bad fibro day and cannot move my body, he will do whatever is needed in that morning, and then it is binge watching TV with me in bed.
Yeah, that's a great day for me. I'm like, what?
If
you
we
trying to get
can,
down with
obviously.
the binge watching? Let's roll. So go ahead.
There is no, well, you're sick, so I'm going to do this. We are never to make each other, we don't make each other feel guilty in that way. We both have conditions, we both have ailments, and we do everything we can just to get through them together.
Right.
Because we did realize today that it's us and nobody
you gotta
else will take care
you
of
gotta
us.
make if that person is the most important person in your life, make them feel that way.
Sure.
If they're sick and they're in the bed, it's not okay. There's nothing wrong with taking care of the dishes, fixing this up, this and that while they're in the bed. But sometimes they just want you next to them.
But I think the biggest thing is to keep your marriage fresh.
Keep it fresh.
It's a choice.
It is.
You have to make that choice.
That's
like,
truth.
you want to keep it, and it has to be a mutual choice. It has to be between two people.
Truth.
But I mean, if one is trying and the other isn't, maybe they'll come through, maybe they won't. But you have to make that decision together. And I think that's how you keep it fresh, is by talking. And maybe you get yourselves a little fishbowl, and you throw in random topics. Yeah. And maybe you broadcast it, maybe you don't, but maybe you just sit at the dinner table.
Yeah.
And say, hey, let's just pick out a topic and talk about whatever is in there.
That's true.
And I think that would help a lot of people if they would. It's like couples therapy.
Truth. Hey, this is our couples therapy.
It is. It's great.
Here's one.
It's free.
Start a podcast. It's one. Start a podcast. Ain't that right, baby? This is our couples. All right. Awkward pause because she said toot toot. Fine. If you're watching the YouTube, you saw the look I just gave her. All right. Anyway, so hey, so look, that's our take on keeping the marriage fresh. Whatever. If y'all are watching this on YouTube, you will understand why these words are coming out of my mouth. So look, hey, that's our take on keeping the marriage fresh. You know, what are you guys' ideas on keeping the marriage fresh? We're not marriage counselors. We're not going to pretend to be. You know what I'm saying? So please don't hit us up with your personal scenarios.
Yeah.
Just, hey, this just worked for us. You know what I mean? So find out what works for you guys and stick to it. You know, marriage is it's a journey, and relationships are a journey.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? But it's one that you guys take together. You just keep that in mind.
Of course, you threaten me every day.
I tell her she ain't going nowhere. But
I get threatened.
It ain't a
and
threat.
Here's the thing,
it's
I
more
love
of a reassurance.
it. You want to talk about? That keeps it fresh for me.
Absolutely.
Because I'm like, I love
She
that.
ain't going nowhere.
Because that means he really likes me. He doesn't just love me. He likes me.
She knows that. But hey, keeping the marriage fresh, guys. We are DM Watts, guys. We are gonna sign off. Before we sign off, make sure you guys hit us up on all the streaming services. I almost got your eye there. Sorry. Yeah, sorry, baby. Hey, look, hit us all the streaming services behind us. If you listen to us and then you can't see behind us, you guys know the streaming services. You're listening to one of them. And as always, Doze to the moon, AMC to the moon. Check us at dmwatchpodcast@gmail.com.
Yep.
Make sure you guys like and subscribe and comment on the page. And hey, signing off for DM Watch, I am Davie.
I'm Misty.
And we are DM Watch. Woot woot. We'll holler at you guys later.
Toot,
Take it.
toot.
I said woot woot,
Chugga,
woman.
chugga, chugga,
Woot
chugga,
woot. Well,
toot,
anyway,
toot.
y'all have a good day.
I think I can.
All right.
I
Woot woot.
think I can. The hell is woot woot?
It is a thing. Yes, it is. Woot woot. It's like mine. Your home. No, that's the truck driver. Woot woot. I'm sitting at home. No. Good night, everybody.